That, the restaurant on the corner
Oh,
there.
the family table or whatever it is.
And there was a state trooper parked on that corner, and she went over and said, "Do you think I can make it to Rodman from here now?" She goes, "You go in that restaurant and you stay there until this is done.
Don't be doing anything.
Do not head north." And she'd been right in the middle of that tornado,
Yeah.
cause she come into town
Are
about,
you not there yet, Joe?
Not yet.
Okay,
about 15 minutes behind it.
Looks like it's
okay.
getting close.
That's something I just got recently
And
from,
that, it started,
Ken, I asked him if he could, spell out on
oh,
kind of what he's talking about, if he would, I know Brooks, kind of questioned that before.
anyway, it hit Marvin Fair's place and it come right down the Rodman Road, and she'd been right in the middle of it.
Didn't see it right away.
Lisa, you need to sign.
Yeah, there's a few different notebook for that.
Okay.
I guess the mouse would work better if I turned it on.
Thanks. Yep.
Do you have enough room there? Scooch over.
Oh, no, we got plenty. I must have said I'll put this over here for now.
And you have the sheet for the council to sign there somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you
Okay,
to.
yeah, yeah.
I'll
we
just
need to
kinda lay that.
Keep
way.
that one out, yep.
I'll
That's
keep
the one-
that there after
one I
we
was kinda
approve the
looking for.
bills.
That's kind of the one I was looking for.
You got it all ready to go in.
I do. We'll see how well I do at remembering.
You might have to keep that. We got one of these things, these public hearing things.
Get everything all straightened
Yeah,
out.
that pretty much confused me last time, so you just take this.
Sit up.
over there today?
To Maryland's, no, but, when Carla or the other kids are home, they'll bring her down there to see mom.
Oh, okay, they do.
And, or Bruce will,
Sure.
once in a while too, but
Yeah.
no, mom doesn't wander
Just
that
go,
far.
yeah. It was yesterday morning, she had trouble coordinating where the chapel was. When I
Oh,
went there morning, she asked if there's a church there, and I said, oh, there is, and she wanted where it was, so I went up there with her, and I thought she'd sit at the bench, there was a bench there, and the sun was shining in nice, and I thought maybe she'd sit there, she was a little bit early.
yeah,
You know, she usually runs a little ahead of time, you know, so. But then she wanted to go back, and somebody told me later she needed, good evening, Brooke. She needed some help again to get to the chapel, so. Yeah.
some days
Not
she's
raining
more
yet?
confused than
It's not
others.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it seems like, but she's not young anymore either.
no.
What is she? She,
Ooh,
I got to do
north,
with
she's
that.
younger than Marilyn.
North of Whittemore.
yikes.
Yeah, younger than Marilyn.
Go back
I
up.
think she's
There's
88.
like a little
Okay.
tornado there too.
Yeah.
Oh, where you at?
I got one up there, is there?
No.
You got by Whittemore.
Up by Whittemore.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh.
It's a sign.
I'll let Brooke have that.
How are you, Jessica?
Hello. Very good.
Yeah, so somebody's getting something anyway.
Yeah, oh, it sure looked dark up there.
Yeah, it still does. That would carry my bicycle right away, I'm afraid.
Pushing
and the
duty,
bicycle.
you might be scooching pretty fast.
Me and the bicycle be gone.
We were partway there and then Haley called me and said, no, not tonight. Are we still in that tornado warning? Or where, is there a tornado warning or watch going on?
There was a watch
There's,
out
the- yeah,
Oh, okay.
till 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, it looks pretty angry north of here.
Yeah.
My wife was in Algona and about 6 o'clock I told her, I said, go south and then come west.
Yeah, Kira had tutoring till 6:30. I took off on McGregor and I'm like, ooh, I hope this is gonna be alright. But it stayed north.
Mm.
Yeah. 'Cause Evan was on soccer duty and he got soccer duty canceled.
Well, Grant, I think it's about 6:59 and a half. If you wanna do the pledge for us, it'll be 7 o'clock, I think.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. 7 o'clock, just right. Okay, we'll bring this meeting to order of West Bend City Council, April 13, 2026. We'll have a roll call of the city council.
Monte,
Present.
Gearhart,
Here,
Tilges.
Here.
Wigglehorse. Here. Van Wert,
Here.
all present.
All present. Lisa, you got an extra pen over there somewhere. I just get that of that. Thank you. I feel much better. All right, so now we need an approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Brooke
Second,
and Linda. Linda,
yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Brooke,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
yes,
Agenda's approved. Now we need the approval of the consent agenda approval.
So moved,
Linda, Joe. Linda,
yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Brooke,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
yes.
And that's approved. Now we will open the public hearing on the proposed 2026-27 fiscal year budget. Since here the public will be given the opportunity to discuss or ask questions about the budget, and a copy of the proposed budget is included in the council packet. Do you have any comments from public, council?
I haven't had a chance to review it.
If none, then we will declare the public meeting closed. Then we move on to number 6, resolution of the City Council of the City of West Bend, Iowa, adopting the budget for the 2026-27 fiscal year. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Joe,
Second.
Lorena. Linda,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Brooke,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
None of these approved. Then a resolution providing for a notice of a public meeting on the matter of the proposition of entering into a lease agreement with the West Bend Mallard Community School District.
I move we set the public hearing for the 27th of April at 7.
Brooke,
Second.
Joe. And that's approved.
Roll call.
Linda,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
Number 8, the resolution establishing the West Bend swimming pool admission and swimming lesson fees. Any discussion on that?
We increased the individual ticket and family ticket by 5. I think the rest is the same.
Just on the season ones.
Yes,
Yes,
just the
season.
season
Yeah,
tickets.
yeah.
Yes, sorry. Yep, everything else is the same.
And the private lessons then, that was increased as
Yep.
well.
We went to 60. What were they before?
50.
Since we'll be able to offer them again this year, hopefully.
So you have enough help right now, or is that what the hopefully is?
Hopefully.
Have
We
enough
gotta
help?
get a couple WSI trained, but there's some interest in that, so that's good.
Okay, do we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Blake. Linda,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
That's approved. Now we establishing the positions and wages for the City of West Bend, part-time seasonal employees. Any discussion on that?
We're just happy that we have
Mm-hmm.
enough staff to cover it,
Mm-hmm.
and some returning ones and some new ones, so
Okay,
we're happy for that.
filled up, ready to go too.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
good, cause it feels like summer out there.
It does.
All right, so do we have a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Joe?
Second.
You're right. Linda,
Yes,
Joe,
Yes.
Brooke,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
And that's approved. Then we have the accident and sickness policy renewal for the West Bend Volunteer Fire Department.
So moved.
Brooke,
I'll second.
Linda,
Yes,
Joe,
Yes.
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
That's approved. Then the cyber security policy renewal.
Lisa, do you know what it was last year?
So last year we paid 2213, so it's going to 2900.
Okay.
So those other little fees kind of go along with just the renewal of the policy. That 10,000 up above there, that was paid, you guys approved that at the last council meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Brooke and Joe. Linda,
yes,
Joe,
Yes.
Brooke,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Grant.
Yes.
And that's approved. And then the Housing Initiative Grant Application, Earlrick Demolition.
Which house is this?
is it their little house, the daycare house?
The one on the corner, yeah.
They're gonna tear it down? Really?
He's retiring.
I know, but. Okay.
They want more yard.
I'll move to approve that application.
I will second that, but we wanna make sure that they do all the unhooks properly. When you
They do cap the
cap the
water.
water and the sewer and at the proper places.
You made the motion.
I did, yes. Yes,
Okay, Linda,
yes.
Joe,
Yes,
Brooke,
Yes.
Blake.
Yes.
Yes,
So does Trevor kinda take,
Trevor or Anthony, I suppose, huh, is
gets
that
together with
more
us?
Anthony, you think, or
No,
Trevor?
that will be Trevor.
Trevor?
Yep.
We need to just, as we tear these houses down, make sure we're getting that done correctly, I think. And Mashpee probably, I'm not questioning that, but.
Sure. Lisa, have you heard from Trevor at all?
So
He was gonna be here, he said.
texted me around 4:30 and said he probably would not be here until 7:30.
Okay,
So if you wanna go on to the other items on the agenda and come back to this,
sure. we-
or
we
if
can
you
do-
want discussion now, it's up to you, if you wanna kinda wait and see if he makes it back.
Yeah, yeah, that's the last you heard from him.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, we can finish it out here. The police department report, that's in the packets. Any comments on that?
You look busy to me.
Electric department is either working out east of town a couple weeks ago. That's when Daryl's out, funeral was, they were out there, working their way up through there. No comments on that? Okay. Do you have any representative updates?
I have a couple meetings at Northwest Housing this week and also Palo Alto Economic Development. Just, we're researching the best way to do the best for Palo Alto County, so there'll be some changes, just don't know what that is yet. So, working on that.
So with the economic development, actually I had a conversation with Todd Ferris today. He's the head of Cassuth Palo Alto Economic Development at this time, and I know there's some talk that Palo Alto County wants to split from the organization. So Palo Alto County would go on their own and Cassuth would be continuous with Todd and the staff in Algona. And so he had called me today and asked if I had heard a whole lot. I said I hadn't heard a whole lot, other than I knew that this was talkings and whatever. So I guess as a council, that's something we probably need to talk about at some point. Each community technically signed their own agreement with Cassuth and Palo Alto County Economic Development. So if Palo Alto County votes to leave the current whatever agreement between the two counties, that doesn't mean that West Bend would have to go. So at some point, we need to talk about probably what we would like to do if that's what they decide to do. If we want to stay with Cassuth, if we want to go to Palo Alto.
It can be both.
And that's what I told Todd. I said, we're kind of in a unique situation because we could technically stay with both because we're in both counties, so.
Yeah.
At some point, that's probably gonna
And they're
come
very
up.
conscientious of that part.
And that is how it used to be, we remember it both.
Yep.
But the fee structure is what I would be concerned about.
Right, how that's going to work,
Mhm.
yep. So just a heads up, that's gonna be coming. We talked about that at our last
The last one.
meeting as well.
So, would you like this on an agenda? I mean, do you two wanna let me know if we need to put this on
Yeah,
the agenda
next
for
month.
discussion?
And I know that Tony and, Craig Merrill and Beth Elman that are the Palo Alto one will come to a meeting and talk about reasoning and information and plans. There's nothing in stone right now,
Right.
so.
Yep.
But they're willing to come and answer questions and,
Does sound
Give
like
more
there'll be
info.
some changes one way or the other,
right,
so.
right. And it was after we started looking at the contract and we're paying money but have no say in anything.
Mhm.
So. So we just need some changes to make it more,
Is that why they're thinking of splitting?
yes,
Because of that?
yes, to have more
LOL.
deal with Palo Alto, yeah.
Hmm.
So that was kind of the main thing as they started looking at the contract, that's like, this isn't exactly helping us to the best.
Sure.
So that's why they started the research process. So work in progress.
Work in progress. Yeah.
I think our next meeting is Casutha's next meeting is next Tuesday, 2 weeks from Tuesday, so. When is yours this week, is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Thursday, this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Tony has talked to the present president and the past one,
Mhm.
because Sue's getting more information, so.
So time will tell if it's
Yeah,
good or
yeah.
bad or ugly.
Direction to go.
Very good.
So Linda, who are the people that you said were willing to come and talk with the
Tony
council?
Brugman,
So he's the president?
he's the president now, that Jonathan, don't know, the
From the
hospital,
hospital?
he's the vice president, and this Beth Elman, I think is her name. She's kind of getting some of the research, and then Craig Merrill is the Palo Alto supervisor. I think they were the ones that talked about, they would be willing to come. I'll let them know on Thursday, and if they have more details, they can
Sure.
get back to you.
Any other updates?
Well, I don't remember, when were we at that housing meeting? Was that after last meeting? I think it was,
I think it was, yeah.
or was it before our last meeting,
So it was
housing?
before.
It was,
I think-
did we discuss that some?
A little bit.
I don't know that we talked about it, we've talked about it previously at meetings, but,
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
yeah, yeah.
Well, those Iowa homes or whatever, it seems like, is economic development and lumberyard trying to put something together, or?
Economic development is, looking at wanting to pursue something with those types of homes, just because they have some infill lots that they would like to get homes on, and this seemed like a pretty economical way to do it.
Right.
And as far as the lumberyard goes, Kurt Zaug, he works there, and he is also on the Economic Development Board, so he's kind of assisting them in getting some estimates put together on, you know, what a basement would cost, what would it cost for, garage to attach onto it, and kind of what the finishing costs would be. So that's where they're at right now. They haven't had a meeting since that meeting in order to decide whether they're gonna move forward with something.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a good opportunity for some of the empty lots throughout town.
I think so, and somewhat affordable,
I mean, depending on what you do for finishes, but.
yeah.
Cause I went by that one in Spencer, that's what we talked about, they looked really nice, and a lot of
And even-
positives.
From when we first heard about it till this meeting, like, they've changed, like, now you have 3 options for siding, so they like don't all look
Okay.
the same now, which is helpful,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they got some more,
So
that's
people have
good.
some decision on what they
Sure.
want.
Don Miller sent, a picture of Grettinger. They must have
Oh,
like
they have some.
4 of them
Yeah,
in
I
one
knew they had a
block.
few.
And, like, they all look a little different,
Mm-hmm.
but they look nice.
Mhm.
So I think it would be a good thing.
Yeah, and I think they're decent size, they're 1,200 square feet,
Most of them are, what'd you say,
24 wide.
24 by 50 is
Yeah.
what most of them are, so not a huge house, but if you're
Good
first starting
starter.
out.
And some of the lots that are available would,
Yeah.
it would fit nice.
And they have like the narrow floor plan that goes more front to back.
Cause that's the
For,
Spencer one, it's
mhm.
more of the
Yeah, for,
front
you
to
know, when
back.
you don't have that huge wide lot, then it would
Right.
fit, yeah, so. Something to look into.
Absolutely. When we first moved here in '06, the lumberyard put up some spec houses. Was the city involved with that, or that just the lumberyard?
I think that's-
Economic development,
Oh, they were in with
I
that.
think with community lumber,
With-
kinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing we're talking now, or not?
I don't think the lumberyard is going to put money into
Oh, this time, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's just going to be.
But they worked together
economic
with the
development.
economical development before, like it would be this time, just a different entity.
So these houses have to be, they can't be rented, they have to be sold.
Mhm.
And they only want you to make 10% on them, which is, you know, that achieves our goal, I think. We don't have
Be
to,
affordable.
so.
Very good. Any other reports? Then we'll go to the council report.
Okay, we received the NEMECA financial statements in your council packets. The Walter Scott number 4 cash request was included as well. The Cassuth Palo Alto County City Clerk's meeting minutes were included. And then the West Bend Public Library Board meeting minutes too. Are there any questions on any of those minutes or questions from what was discussed at the meetings?
Okay. Is there other business? I would just make a comment that Lisa mentioned today, that rules of procedure for conduct of city council business. Lisa would like some input back on that, what the council
I
thinks.
think I've only gotten one council person that gave me some comments.
Sure.
Have the rest of you had
On
an
that packet?
opportunity to read through those and see if there's any changes you wanna see made?
Mine's at home. I'll get it to you this week.
Okay.
I started it and
Okay.
If there's nothing else, then we can go back up to number 13, wastewater treatment facility improvement projects. You all have a copy of another letter I received from Ben Kloss, if anybody, well, that's what his proposal was. I talked to him earlier about, cause we got one from Stanley Engineering Group, and like, I think he talks about a little bit in there, you know, what there was a wide difference in there. But they're both, you know, a couple different angles, which I appreciated, you know, to just see one did it one way, one another. And then you had in the packet, there was a letter from the, help me with the numbers, DG, who is it?
DGR.
DGR. And they had, you know, some comments too on different things, and so I don't know if we should, you know, if we're, I know Trevor wants to cover a few more things when he gets here. You know, it's something he's been working on too. But one thing I think I'll discuss just a little bit before he comes, and I have discussed this with Trevor, is a Shane Metz. I don't know if anybody's aware of him, with the Iowa Rural Water Association. And it's a service that he tells me it's free. I don't agree with him because we're all paying for it. But anyways, to the city of West Bend, he would offer, it's a service that he would, you know, offer to the city. He would work with Trevor. And, so that's just something I think probably needs a little bit of discussion, what the, you know, council thinks. If you know, if we would pursue that, I guess I'll just give you my opinion. I would be willing to try that. You know, have him work with Trevor. You know, just so Trevor's got some, you know, input. He would come if, you know, and talk to the council if you wanted him to do that. Or if that's not necessary, he's fine with that too. If you'd like to hear more what he's talking about, what he's willing to do, sounds like he has quite a bit. Do you know him?
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple times, and
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if he came to a meeting, and yeah, either let him have the opportunity to work with Trevor, or it's something we need to vote on, but yeah, he very knowledgeable, and yeah, one thing is, it's free, I mean,
Right.
that's his job, and we don't have to directly pay him, but that's how makes his money, is
Right.
working with little towns.
Yep. Cause going forward, we're gonna have to have direction. I think you said ISG is planning to come next time, the next meeting, give an update.
Right, so at our sewer committee meeting, ISG had said they would plan to come to the last meeting in April to talk about the contract and putting an amendment together.
Right.
Just because, at the meeting, it was discussed about kind of splitting the lagoon part, or the Sagar part, from the lift station part. So, to do that and bid them at different times, then we would have to have this amendment, or she said it would make it clearer if there were an amendment to their contract.
Sure.
I've got a copy of the design contract from July last year. Can you give me a little update, and the people in the community that are asking questions? This number here started out at $772,000. How much of that have we paid? How much is left?
I
And
put that in your packet,
I did not see that.
so I also emailed it out to each of you.
Yeah.
So it shows the contract and how it is split out by the design, and also post-design when we go to bid. And then you can see what we have been billed so far on that contract, or what we've paid.
Good evening, Trevor. Raining out there?
Not yet, not here, doesn't. North of here, looks pretty nasty.
Looks like it's gonna go around
Yeah.
with radar.
The one that's in your packet includes the bill that we have in the bill list that you approved tonight. The one that I emailed out to you doesn't include that bill, but there's a little bit of difference. So the one in your packet is the most up to date.
We all got the email from Ned Skoglund, a lot of really good information there. And in his email, he mentioned, if we would qualify for a disadvantaged community status through the DNR. Do we know anything about that, or is there a chance of that, or what,
I believe ISG talked about that at the community forum, and we do not qualify.
I see.
That's correct.
Our median, it's based on like median income within the community is too high.
Like as in a grant, the same
No.
as,
But that's how you qualify for disadvantaged status, it's
Oh.
based on the median income throughout the community.
okay,
And I'm not sure it's median, but whatever ours is, it's too high to qualify for disadvantaged status.
I knew that was the case to receive grant money, but I don't know if this fit the same qualifications.
Yes, not all grant money is based on that, but the disadvantaged status is based on that. Like the CDBG grant is not based on that, and, that's more of just project-based.
CDBG does, it does go by some income level.
Right,
too.
but not, it's not
Not
wholly
disadva-
based on that,
it's
right,
not
you don't have to be
disadvantaged,
disadvantaged status,
right.
correct,
Yes.
sorry, I didn't clarify.
I just wanna make sure
Thank
everybody
you.
knows that, yeah.
Thank you. So in other words, like, if you wouldn't make $2 million a year, maybe
Right.
we would.
Don't think I'm bringing that number up very much.
No, we don't qualify for that.
Just with a little research I did, I think we're a ways off too,
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
not
from qualifying.
right on the line,
No,
no.
it's not close. And that, just what little I know about it, I looked up, yeah.
I don't remember the exact numbers, but yeah, last time I had looked into it also, we're not towing the line.
Not even close.
No. Nope. Which is good and bad. Did the rest of the valves come in?
They have not been, they're supposed to ship, they should have shipped last week. And hopefully they'll be here within a week or two. I'm not for sure how long it'll take to get them, but
Yeah.
they're supposed to be coming.
And then we'll have Urbalins put them in.
Correct.
And have you contacted them, or are they well aware that they're on their way?
Yes, yep, I've contacted them. They seem like they should be able to make that work when we get them here.
When you guys had your sewer meeting, and I watched a portion of it, or listened to a portion of it, did you decide to make an amendment to the DNR on our new proposed plan?
No, Tom Atkinson advised us to go ahead and put the valves in, do some discharges. He says it probably won't, you don't have anything to really tell him right now, he says, other than you're gonna put the valves in. So he said, get your valves in, do your discharges, and then if we're a year out, then he said that would be a better time to,
Okay.
more likely to get an extension than we would at this time.
Okay.
Cause we'd be asking for an extension out 3 years, you know,
Mhm.
he says, they're gonna say, what?
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, we discussed that.
Is there any additional information, Joe and Blake, that you wanna kinda update the rest of the council about that was discussed at that sewer meeting?
Was it by way of Tom? There was talk of putting sewage from 2 and 3 into 1 to get it started at a proper level so that it would, break down in numbers, and then
We never discussed that with Tom,
that wasn't through Tom.
no.
That was somebody else. Is that still an option?
I'm not sure why you would do that.
Well,
You need to get a discharge done, and then, this spring, I think, get your discharge done, so that then by next cycle, you've got a realistic picture of what's going on. Otherwise, you're just moving stuff around. We might as well have left it in One Cell Lagoon if you're gonna do that.
but it would with the valves that are in, it would be there in cell number 1 and maintain, the anaerobic action and everything that does there, and then discharge into 2 and 3 before it goes into the creek. If we discharge in now in the spring, obviously them numbers are gonna be the same as last time.
They're gonna be skewed the first time, but I think you gotta get on the right cycle, and that's what I understood Tom to say. Cause if you pump it in there, then you're just moving it around. Cause who knows how much it's gonna rain, how warm it's gonna get. Them microbes work better when it's hot, than they do when it's below 50 degrees, they go dormant. What I've read anyway.
And is this discharge gonna remain, in the books, or are they gonna be able to pull that up in 2 years and say, here's what your numbers were?
Well,
Yeah, they'll be able to pull it up and see what, it'll all be a recorded deal.
but going out, you're gonna have what you're gonna have,
But I think we'll be able to also make in the notes and tell them like, hey, this was cell 2 and 3, not running it as a,
Yeah.
and then,
Right, the valves have been changed.
and then after we draw down, then the valves need put in. And then it could be run as a true 3 cell, so then in the fall, we could see what it actually,
because we'll
what
have,
it'll most likely.
we anticipate we'll
Give it a
have
true run.
4 true discharges after this spring,
Right, yeah,
before we have to make really.
right. I was
apply
thinking we
for
would
it.
have, when we were originally talking of when we were gonna go to bid, but we would have like 2, but if we're not worried about going to bid in January, then, you know, we can,
Well, I think
we
this-
can run
yeah.
the, run it until we decide that we are gonna go to bid, you know, so we could have 3 to 10 discharges, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, cause I thought what we discussed that day more with, Amanda and Tom was that we were gonna probably get the valves put in this spring, and then we'd have our first true discharge like in the fall, and then next spring again. So we'd have those 2, and
Correct,
possibly 2 more,
correct, yeah.
you know, so we'd be, where are we at, 27, 28, spring of 28, correct? We would have that 5th discharge.
Yeah, something like that, you know.
That's what I recall we talked about.
Yep.
And then at that time, we would say, but we'll have our design ready and we'll be ready to, if we need to move forward, we're ready to move forward.
Right.
And then at that point, I think they felt that the DNR would give us an extension, you know, if we said, okay, here's our, you know, we're ready with design, you know, we didn't meet the
Yep.
standards, or we did meet them, and then we don't have to do anything, but if, you're not gonna, they didn't feel like we were gonna get an extension if we didn't have things in place, a plan,
Well,
like what
that's-
you said.
That was always my concern.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I don't wanna spend the money, but if
Well, I
if this
don't either,
doesn't
but-
work and we don't have a backup plan, they're gonna be like,
yeah, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
you can't just change it and pray for
Yeah.
3 years, you know,
Right.
like. That was my concern, if,
Well, Tom said that day, he said the worst case scenario, if you get the valves in, they come back a year later, they're still sitting on the shelf, you've done nothing with them,
Yeah.
then you're gonna get their attention. They're not gonna, they're not gonna be nice to you, but
Yeah.
as long as we get the valves in, we're out trying to operate it.
They're gonna
Yeah.
work with us.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why he said not to try for that extension at this time, because you really don't. You don't have anything to tell
Didn't
them.
have a lot of grit to tell them that,
Right.
why we needed it.
Yeah,
And I think that's the same thing when Ben Clausen, that one letter he wrote to me, he's saying the same thing. He's saying finish the design so you got something on the shelf, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
if you never need it, great. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be a great thing. But that's the picture I get to, you have to be, and I'm pretty confident when I visited with the DNR that, you know, we're on the right path to, you know, to get an extension.
well, it seems like when you talk to them, as long as you can show that you're putting in a good faith effort
Mhm.
and actually doing something, they're
That's what
willing
they
to
look
work
for,
with you.
yeah.
But, yeah. And that would make sense, like, do the work and then submit your extension papers.
but they were thinking also that we pull the lift station out and then wanna proceed with that design. That we, October, is that what they said on that, Lisa? For a bid? On the lift station, go for bid this October?
I don't know that we talked about bid, they said when we would get, the
Oh,
DNR would give approval.
Oh, yes,
Or
that's
it would
right.
be
You're
submitted
right.
to the DNR.
Yeah, that's
Um,
correct.
And so I have asked ISG for an updated schedule, so then council can see, you know, the lift station versus Sager, or what the plan would be. And then also finance wise, because the other piece of this is, I've been working with public financial management for the last 3 years to make sure that we're having adequate dollars in place when we need to pay back the loan, whatever option you all choose. So, my question is, what do you want me to do as far as putting in the next rate increase? Do you want to have me ask public financial management to maybe back that off based on us waiting to see if the SAGAR is even going to be necessary?
When is the next one supposed to go into place?
July 1. I mean, we can wait and do it August or something. But we have been going July, August, something in there, just to kind of keep it so that they're looking at the same history year to year. So,
I guess maybe a little bit depends on what the estimated cost of just the lift station would be.
and I would assume that ISG will have some of that info for us at the next council meeting.
So maybe just put that as a reminder, maybe not the next council meeting, maybe the first one in May, of what we wanna do after we've gotten the information.
But I think in your thought process, whether it's most of these letters that you've gotten back from these firms are telling us we got a 50-50 chance, so.
Right.
You know, balance that in there, if you-
Yeah.
and if everything goes right, and we don't have to do it, a big project. We have, plenty of sewer improvements we could make.
Yeah,
That's what that Shane just, he called me last week, I was talking with him. And he himself, when I talked to him, he's pretty confident, you know, that they can work, you know, I mean, time will tell.
Yeah.
He said we'll have to get them working and, you know, but he said also too, yeah, if you have some extra money, there's a lot of repairs you can make probably. You want me
You know, we can always back off on the next one, cause weren't we gonna, this isn't the last increase we were gonna do, you know, so.